Alright, today we're going to learn how to paint this lightning storm. Alright, the question of the day is, what is the touchdown Jesus? Alright, let's get started with the colors.
Quin red, pearly red, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, Van Dyke brown, primary yellow, cad yellow, quin blue, aquamarine blue, phthalo green, titanium white, Mars black.
Alright, today we're going to do a painting of a lightning storm. We got our first layer in, we got a kind of a brown. It's not taking so well, it's just gonna let that dry and then put more on. It's just kind of, every time I wipe it, it's kind of taking the paint up. We've got this dark blue kind of forming into the lighter blues here, so it's a really kind of a charcoal black with a little bit of blue kind of creeping in, and then we're kind of playing around with the light through here. We're gonna probably play with that a little bit more. We've got the initial dark layers that overhanging those clouds and make it a little more ominous. We probably need to match these color here so you have kind of this triangle that forms between the darks here and the darks there, and just pull that painting, and then you have, of course, the lightning that's going to pull across. I'm going to have a little bit of highlight here at the end, but I'm going to wait till this is pretty well covered, maybe add some, you know, a little bit more to the painting at the bottom, and we'll see where it goes from there. So the Touchdown Jesus was this church that built, I think it's called King of Kings or Ministry of, it's the Rock Solid Church, I think. Or Solid Rock Church, that's what it is. They mix up the words. And they started a small ministry, and then they built this huge thing right by the side of the road. And obviously it's a great billboard area, right? So what they did for their kind of advertisement is, one thing is they put this huge billboard, electric billboard, where it flashes like Jesus is Lord and come service on the Sunday, and they're always flashing signs, which is, it's pretty good advertisement, right? If you're a church, it's obnoxious, but it's very American, especially in the Midwest. But what was even more renowned was they put together this huge sculpture of basically from Jesus from about the breast up, and his hands are way up like this. So people would nickname it the Touchdown Jesus because he looks like he's catching a football, right? And so one day, I think it was today, a couple of years ago, they actually reported again in the news. It just comes up all the time because it's so funny. Anyway, there was a lightning storm, and the lightning struck the top hands, I think, of the Jesus, and then it burnt the whole statue down because it's made of styrofoam or some cheap material. It wasn't really like anything built of stone or something that would have survived. So it burnt this whole sculpture down, and obviously it was kind of funny because if you read the Bible, you know, it says don't banish all kind of symbolism and don't worship idols. And so here these people built this huge church with this monstrous Jesus, and it's kind of like goes right in the word of don't worship idols, right? So, and obviously in Islam they got rid of idols completely, no figures of Muhammad. So they went even more extreme, which probably more successful still as far as banning imagery. But within the Christianity, it kind of crept back in, and then they had this huge giant Jesus, and now it's kind of the hands aren't like this; they're like this high. So, and they have a lightning bolts kind of catcher for the Jesus, and that's where so they avoid any lightning strikes in the future of burning down their statue, and that's Touchdown Jesus.
All right, we just finished the paint. Let's take a closer look. All right, this one has this really high contrast lightning strikes with that lighted clouds of where the lightning's origins come from. And then it kind of slowly comes to this darker landscape. If you look, there are really dark edges on here, almost a pure black, you know, from a gray to black to blues. And so it's a little bit of a challenge to get that mix right in acrylic. I think in oil it would have been a lot simpler. But yeah, I like working with acrylics. I got this really warm back landscape at the bottom. Again, similar to my other painting, I don't think that's realistically, it would really be a really dark brown with maybe a little bit of highlight, but I wanted to kind of make that a lighter hue, lighter color chroma to really stand out against that blue and make that, you know, the darkness really stand out of the sky, so to say. And I think it works pretty well. I think this will be a really solid painting. It has that nice outline of the lightning going through it. The lightning more or less follows that light streak, but it's a little bit off, I would say. It does look like it's kind of on its own path, like it's a tornado behind lightning or something, but I think overall it works pretty well. Hopefully you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, you can subscribe below, and check out the full version of my Patreon account, and I'll see you on the next painting. Thanks for watching, guys.